when we talk about reading, right, how early on do you think parents should start reading to their kids?
So we would say as early as possible.
Yes.
Which is even when they're babies, you're singing to them, you're singing lullabies, your nursery rhymes, you're reading, take a book. And nowadays they have the board books where you are, with so much of, so many pictures and just the right words. But even picking up a book and reading every day for 10 minutes before bedtime or any stipulated time is good. So
reading can start as early as 6 months.
Early as possible.
They're just hearing songs at that time. They're just hearing songs. They're hearing poems with allitterations. They're hearing with rhymes. We have some examples like Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse went up to the clock. Here you have a rhyme. Then you have with allitterations also. So they're hearing it all the time. They're not reading, they're not writing, they're not doing, they're just listening.
That's interesting. So because I have been reading to my son a little bit, he's about a year old, and now he can identify his favorite book. It's a 10-sentence book. That's all the book has. It's a picture book. But he can identify his favorite book, bring it from the bookshelf where his books and his sister's books are mixed up, and throw it on my lap and say, read this. He hasn't spoken yet, but he's able to do this.
So you just think about the impact you've had on this child. Your reading from that book time and again has made it so interesting for him. There's something that hooks him onto that book, whatever it is. Other books have not attracted him as yet. That's why he's bringing it back to you. And don't say, oh, I've read it so many times. Just read it again and again till he brings you another one. Or you tell him, let's choose another one today. So that is the beauty of
That's where I would say reading begins. You see, that's the impact you've made on your child. So having those 5 or 10 books that you've been reading to him again and again, and repetition is very important. And slowly he's making that association there.
Is repetition a good thing when it comes to reading for children at an early age?
Yes.
Especially reading from a book, the repeated words, they learn vocabulary that way. They learn sounds, they learn everything.
So they're okay with the repetition.
They love it. For example, Eric Carle's Brown Bear, Brown Bear. All throughout, it's Brown Bear, what do you see? And then I see a green frog looking at me or something to that effect. But see the number of skills the kids are learning. One, the words repeated again and again. Then is the association with the picture. You're teaching them the animals and then so many different things. And the sight words that are repeated over and over again. And so that, so that makes an impact. And they're building language.
We have not brought in phonics as yet.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This is natural reading.
Yeah.
And that's how we all learn naturally to read, In the sense, by naturally, I mean that, looking at the word and, repeated sound that we were hearing, we recognize that a brown bear looks like this, the word. They can get confused, but this word is maybe out of context, they may not get it. But there's a picture, there's a letter, there's sometimes brown bear is written also in the color brown. How many things are they learning at that time?
So, Ms. Jyotsna, have you, in your years of experience, have you seen examples of children just, not knowing English enough to be able to comprehend what the other person's saying, just because of the inability at home or the lack of resources at home to teach them, how to comprehend, how to understand? And how do schools or how do teachers correct that or help children like that?
So I'm thinking about a time when I was a teenager and I was asked to accompany a friend's son for an interview for admission at a school. And he had been taught by his parent that they will first ask you, what's your name? How many sisters you have? How many brothers you have? What's your father's name? What's your mother's name? And we went with that in our mind. Even I was young at that time. And then when we went there, I remember what they call the father of the school, that is the principal. He began with asking him, what's your name? And this boy kept saying, my name is my name. It's because he had just memorized what had been taught to him, what he had been trained to say. But he had never been explained that, what father is or what your name and what should you say, and the question and the pointer that the questions can come in any way. It's not necessary that it's going to come in the way I'm teaching you. So this education wasn't there, and the person who was helping the child at home kind of put him at a disadvantage where he had gone for an admission. the school did take him in, and probably just listening around and learning from whatever the teachers were teaching, he did pretty well for himself. He picked up the language, which he didn't have very early on. But he had the struggle and challenge, and we could see and foretell that this is not going to be an easy entry for him.
So, a child whose parents read to the child at 6 months versus a child who, out of his or her own interest, starts reading at 10 years or 11 years. That's when they think that they can go to a library, pick up a grade. Does this child have a significant advantage over another child who starts?
Yes, it has a big advantage because, as I told you, the language approach is very important. They're learning a lot of different concepts about the world. So, for example, let us say a child has learned something. She's read a book about going to the zoo and has even been to the zoo, knows all the animals from that. That child has a great advantage from a child who's never read a book about a zoo and has all the different names of an animal. So, yes, they have big advantage. Benefits are there in terms of once they get into school, being able to read early, there's academic success, feeling confident, self-esteem, and feeling better when they are exposed to language and being able to read earlier.
Having a prior knowledge definitely is an advantage to them. They already know, they go into a classroom, how many animals do you know? The list will be longer if you have been exposed to it. So having that background has been built up, the foundation for knowing about the forest life or for, living in jungle. So many different kinds of books parents read to the kids, and they're visually seeing those books. For a kid who doesn't pick up a book will not have that knowledge. So definitely that's literacy starting very early in life.
So again, going back, you give them that kind of a background at home. But there are parents who believe that the mother tongue is what should be focused on and should be built on in the early years. So when that is the case, they are focusing on that language and they are in school learning another language. Does it confuse the children, or are they able to pick up both the languages easily?
I think both. I think, in fact, children are at an advantage when they can speak fluently in their mother tongue, and then they are also exposed to another language. And so that's when they can learn another language very well. So it is, that's true.
Initially, there used to be people saying, expose the child to one language at a time. But of late, whatever I'm reading, they're talking about exposing the child to multiple languages, especially very early on, because that improves their capacity to understand those languages.
Just go to our basic growing up times. We didn't hear just one language.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world, especially in Indian household, especially where in India we are culturally so diverse, we have so many languages going. And if you're in a household where, even if you have grandparents who have some background of coming from another city or another state, and then you have the parents, then you have the helpers, then another language on the road, they are assimilating everything. It may not come out, you may not see it, but definitely, I don't think there's any harm in learning.
Half the households in this country speak at least a minimum of 3 languages, with English and their mother tongue being one.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so I think that's a fantastic thing that we're exposing our children to very rich culture and heritage. I mean, we have it. Why not expose them to it?
Absolutely.
To just glorify it.
Yeah.
I think we have a wider view of the world, and that's where we can go from so many different states speaking different languages. Whereas in most countries, the language is only one throughout the country. And nothing has stalled us from, in government jobs or in the army or entering schools when our parents have jobs which, take us from one state to another.